Alright, this is the one that I made yesterday. It's the wrap, the Clapton. What I'll do today, it's what I've got left of it. I'm going to cut this in half. And then, what we're going to do, get some tools out. I'm going to make a coil with it. So, I think we need some snippety snips. So I'm going to cut this in half. Oh, that'll be fine. Now we've got 2 lengths of wire, about the same length roughly. And that's going to be more than enough, alright, to make some coils with. So there's 2 lengths of wire there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make it with one of these, I think, and one of these. And I'm going to show you the difference between the two. Okay, so what we have here is we have a 3mm screwdriver, and this is a graduated coil bar. So it starts off at 1.5, goes onto this one, which is 2mm, and then onto this one, which is 2.5, 3mm, and 3.5mm. So you get the gist. It's all measured out, and it's all quite cool. All right, graduated. It's also good for, as you can see, it's bent because it's good for getting into things and yorking it open. But they're quite good, these things, they do last. And then the other one is just a standard 3mm precision screwdriver. Alright, I'm going to show you the difference between the two. So, to start off, you can go with you and you can go with you. So I'm going to use a 3mm, which is this one. So all I want to do is get my nail to hold that in place. And then I can actually use this screwdriver to get a hold of this end. I'll just get that in there. Easy if I put that in really first, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to put that in there because it's going to be nice and easy to wrap with, and you'll see what I'm going to do with it. So now that's in there tight, all I do is give myself about 3/4 of an inch to hold on to here, and then using the screwdriver, get it as close as I can to this one, and then the rest of them will be fine. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go over the other side because the spring in this is going to hold it back. So that's one done on this. The one thing you always do, I always find it easy to do, is just hold that there and just not to cut it, but just to pull it tight. You end up getting a little bit cut off, but it means it's nice and tight. It's 3mm on the inside, and that is a pretty sexy clap, I think you'll agree. So I'm just going to snip that off. I'm going to make this one a little bit longer, just so it's easier to put in. Get rid of all the cack. So that's that one done. Now I'm going to use a 3mm screwdriver to show you why I like using a 3mm screwdriver better. The reason being is you can hold it in that position there, right up against here, and have it tight, and then just go around, and we're doing 7 wraps. 5, 6, 7. Twist it tight. It's already tight on here, but what I'll do is I'll do the same thing again. Just pull it tight, cut that off. This one a bit shorter because the other one's a bit longer. And there you go, just some excess crap there. So that's nice. And there's another one, exactly the same. So they're both pretty good. This one you can see is a bit tighter than this one, but when you put them onto the coil, you're going to squeeze them together. It's going to be lovely. One thing you can do with these coils, if you want to separate them and make it a spaced coil, is just get a hold of the last one and pull it apart like this. And then if you've got a Coil Master jig, you can get the 3mm, put it on here and just push it together, and then you'll find that you get a perfectly nice, pretty even set of spaced coils. So I'll do the same thing again with the other one. On a 3mm screwdriver, get a hold of the last ones, pull it apart, and then get your 3mm jig and just push it on once, and then you'll find they're pretty much identical now. Alright, they're going to be ideal to go in a Kennedy or a Druger because of the width of them coils. So, bear with me and we'll find something to put it in. Okay, so we've got the Kennedy here. Just get this sorted. So, Kennedy. We love the Kennedy. How special is the Kennedy? It's very special. One of my favourite RDAs. Even if it is a pain in the ass with these stupid things on top. Why don't they just put flathead screws in? I have no idea. But they're wide open. I'm just going to get a bit of cotton that I kept from before, just to give it a bit of a quick clean. Get that on there, just to get any excess juice off it, just to clean it up a bit. What I normally do is this. See, this is what this comes in handy for. Just putting that in there, soak up any juice that's in there right now. And remember to pull it out before you start building it. So, here we go. A Kennedy, 2 coils, screwdriver, and this. Now, the reason why I like the screwdriver is because of this ridge here. Okay? It just gives you access to hold the coil and put it in position exactly where you want it to go. So I can just manipulate that coil to go in, lift it up a touch once it's in place, and all I want to do is I want to line this up over the top of the airflow. Okay, so that's one side in. I'm going to trim the excess off on this side because I don't want them in the way when I'm putting the other side in, and that's fine. So basically that's just going to hold its position there. And then what you can do, if you really want to be anal about this, put this back on the screwdriver, put this one on there as well, and then guess what, you can trim it. So get your screwdriver, your snips, and just snip that there. That's one side, get rid of the excess. Remember to turn these round, because then you're not going to have one different than the other. So that's on there, and I'm just going to snip this end off just a bit. And then you got all 4 legs the same length, which is basically what you're going to want when you put this in place. Because once you got the coil in place, it's really difficult to, how can I put this, to snip around these coils. So I'm just gonna get that one in there, put that one in there. That's just nice over the top of the coil, and it's not coming through very far on this side, which is cool. So now I'm gonna get this one, and I'll put this in place, and then hold this coil down and just drop this in on the other side. One side in, that's 2 sides in. Then you just gotta wiggle it just to get them both in. And the one thing you've got to try and do is just make sure that the coils are both in situ and that over the top of the airflow. Okay? Once that's done, hold them down with your fingers and then tighten this up. Okay? So I'm holding them both down. I'm going to start and tighten this one side up, and that's going to just check everything's in both sides. So that's in nice, and I've got movement to move these about, as you can see here. They're going in nice and easy. So that one just fits about perfect. That looks about right. So I'm just going to tighten these down. Here's some 2 coils that I've made out of this stuff, alright, which is rather a funky little clapped in there, very tight. Alright, let me see if I can get this any closer. Alright, so as you can see, it's really tight, and that's what you want it to be. You want it to be as tight as you can possibly get. Alright, so all I've done is I've done 6 wraps of this on a 0.3mm screwdriver, made it into 2 coils that look like this. Alright, it's in the V-God, so it's nice and easy to install. So you got the high stalk on the right, low stalk on the left, so it's nice and easy for the cotton to go in on each side. This is coming in at 0.2 ohms, so I'm going to give it a bit of power, 62 watts, and then we'll see how they're firing now they're in place. So you can see this one's getting a bit hot here, so I'm just going to do what I call the strum method. So you strum it like a guitar string while it's hot, and then put some more power through it. I'm just going to squeeze these together, and they look pretty much the same. They're firing at the same time, which is what you really want it to do. You don't want one to be hotter than the other. This is getting a little bit hot on that side again, so I'm just going to strum it, fire it. There we go. That's fine. Always use ceramic tweezers when you're doing this. Don't do it with anything else because it's a lot. You don't want it to short. They're firing nicely now. 62 watts of power. So I'm going to put some cotton in this now. And again, I'm going to show you what I do with the cotton. I'm going to let it cool down. So I'll let it cool down for about a minute and we'll come back to it. Okay then, so what we've got here, some Muji, a razor blade and a pair of scissors. So a lot of it will kick off because what I normally do is, for all these people that have OCD, I peel off this outer layer and then I peel off this outer layer, and then I normally just rip it like this. For all you people that hate me doing this, enjoy. So anyway, what I'll do is, for you guys that hate that, get them bits out of the way. So what I'm going to do is, you see, let me just hold it there. So I'm going to cut this much off. So I'm literally going to cut this in half. Okay, now I'll strip some off. Maybe just less than half. So I'll cut it nice and straight for people. It's about as straight as a bendy road. I'm just going to trim off this side a bit more. So they're about the same size. Okay, so there's 2. The rest of this stuff you can just keep from messing up and cleaning up any juice flying around. And then again, all I'm going to do is get it between my fingers. Let me just turn this around a bit. Put this between my fingers and fold it over on itself. And then just roll it nice and gently. You don't want to squeeze the death out of this inside. It's literally, I'm just touching it, putting the slightest bit of pressure on here and pulling my fingers out to the sides. Just working it out. And then I'm going to kill the ends. Alright, you're going to cut both these ends off. So what you want to do is just get them to be pointy, so that when you're doing this, all you got to do is push this end through here. It'll go through nice and easy. And then take one end, hold this end tight, spin this end, drop it through and let go. And then it's got a bit of give and take and it's all good. So we'll do this one at normal speed. Whirly, whirly, whirly. Kill, kill, kill. twist, pull through, let go. Then, as you know, I don't cut the ends off anymore, I use a blade. The reason being is it doesn't cramp the cotton, so all I'm going to do is cut off the bits that I've killed between my fingers. So they're both the same length. Pull off the excess. Same with the other side. Twist it, actually helps cutting, so it's much easier to cut it. Okay. Pull that through a bit so it's pretty much even. Pull off this excess. Alright, then what do we get out? We get a pointy thing. Hello, pointy thing. Haven't seen you in a while. Pointy thing. And then all I do with this is take it back on itself and then drop it down. Just gentle and push it back into place. Same with this side. Pull it round and then just drop it in and push it back on itself. So you've got the area here where you can put lots of juice, and the air hole here isn't going to get any juice on it. Pull a bit of excess off. Back round on itself, drop it in and push it back in the corner. And again with this side, just drop it in. The one thing you don't want to have is this coming down like that. Alright, you want it to be up a little bit so that it's just a nice rounded C shape, okay? You don't want it to be too tight going down at the bottom. If it is, just lift it up a bit and that's good to go. So what I'm going to put on this, I've got some of this bad boy, which is the Barista Brew. Hello beautiful maple bar donut, yes it is. Hello gorgeous. And all I'm going to do is 3 milligram of Nick, and I'm just going to start slowly, because this is the bit where my OCD takes over and it's got to be perfect. So just getting it one side at a time and going from one side to the other. And the same one here. See, that bit came out, got to lick that. Hello beautiful. And then all I'm going to do is repeat this process several times, because the more saturated this is, the better it's going to be. Oh no, look. Can't waste it. Alright, so now I'm going to pour this into the, just drop it in the bottom here, let that fill up, and then the cotton will soak it up, so don't worry about filling this side right up to the edge of the airflow. And it's just going to saturate. Put one squeeze in the middle, because there's a little bit of a wicking area there. Go back to this size, top it up, and as you can see, this side, you can top this side up as well, because the cotton's already soaked it all up. And that is one ready to go. Awesome sauce on a dual coil, Clapton, 24 gauge with 0.3 nigh 200, and that's singing like a Trojan. It's lovely that. Fire it a few times, because if there's any excess liquid, that's just going to spit. It also helps with the wicking process anyway. So that's now sorted. Get the top back on it. And that, coming in at 0.18 now, 62 watts, it's about 3.5 volts, which is ideal. And that's all singing, dancing, whistles and bells. Ready to go.